February 22nd, a day where the sun pierces ancient temples. Warriors fall in forests, and nations are forever changed. What links the first rays of light at a 3,000-year-old monument to the violent end of decades-long war in Angola? Stay with me, because today, history itself speaks. February 22, 1543. Long before modern borders and governments, Africa's civilizations were shaping the cosmos with stone. At Abu Simbel in southern Egypt, the sun rises perfectly aligned to illuminate the colossal statues of Ramesses II and the gods Ra and Amun, while leaving Ptah, the god of darkness, untouched in shadow. Imagine standing there, the first rays of dawn cutting through centuries, bathing stone in golden light, revealing carvings made with precision that rivals modern engineering. This wasn't luck. The ancient Egyptians built it to last. To connect humanity with the divine, to declare in stone and sunlight the brilliance of their civilization. A moment of triumph frozen in time, a message to the future. We were here. We knew the stars. We built wonders. February 22, 2002. This day also marks the brutal conclusion of one of Africa's most devastating modern conflicts. Jonas Savimbi, founder of UNITA, Angola's notorious guerrilla movement, was killed in combat in the dense forests of Moxico province. Savimbi had fought first against Portuguese colonial rule and then plunged his nation into decades of civil war, leaving hundreds of thousands dead and countless families shattered. On this day, after fierce combat, he fell. 15 gunshot wounds marked the end of his reign of terror. His death shocked allies, confounded enemies, and abruptly turned the tide toward peace. February 22nd became a turning point, a day when death paved the path to fragile reconciliation and nation-building. February 22, 2002. Savimbi's story is complex, a reminder that history is never black and white. He was a symbol of resistance to some, a perpetuator of suffering to others. Yet his death forced change. Sometimes the end of one life marks the beginning of a nation's rebirth. Across Africa, leadership has always been intertwined with sacrifice, with triumph and tragedy. And February 22 reminds us that the weight of history often rests on individuals. Those who lead, those who resist, those who dare to dream. February 22, 1543. While wars ended, human genius endured. At Abu Simbel, the sun still pierces stone 3,000 years later. The precision, the planning, the vision survives. Each year, crowds gather not just to see sunlight touch statues, but to witness the power of human ambition, to feel the pulse of history in every ray. The ancient Egyptians understood time, space, and life in a way that feels almost magical today. They remind us that achievement is not measured in wealth or armies, but in the legacy we leave, in stone, in ideas, in knowledge passed to the future. February 22, 2026. This date resonates beyond battles and monuments. Across Africa and the diaspora, it is a day of reflection on resilience, identity, and the relentless struggle for dignity. From leaders and warriors to artists and scholars, from ordinary citizens to entire movements, the date reminds us that the African story is not static. It is lived, fought for, sung about, and remembered. February 22, 2002. Picture this. The sun rises over the Nile. The statues at Abu Simbel glow. In Angola, news spreads of Savimbi's death. Families breathe again. Soldiers lay down arms. The continent pauses, reflecting on survival, courage, and the relentless spirit that has carried Africa through centuries of conflict and conquest. Every stone, every battlefield, every act of courage converges on February 22. Triumphs and tragedies entwined, each teaching lessons about vision, resilience, and the cost of human ambition. February 22, 1543. Greatness takes many forms. It may be carved in temples, fought for on battlefields, sung through generations, or whispered in stories passed from parent to child. February 22 teaches that history is alive, breathing in every sunrise, in every act of courage, in every story that refuses to be forgotten. It reminds us that Africa's past is not merely a record. It is a source of inspiration, a call to honor achievements, remember sacrifices, and strive for progress that echoes through time. February 22, 2002. From the first light of dawn at Abu Simbel to the final echoes of Angola's war, February 22 captures the full spectrum of human endeavor: wonder, brutality, courage, triumph, and hope. It is a day when the universe and human history align, a reminder that the African continent has always been, and will always be, a stage for extraordinary stories. February 22, 1543. When we reflect on February 22nd in Africa, we see more than a date. We see brilliance carved in stone, courage etched in the hearts of people, and lessons written in the blood and triumphs of generations. And build a future rooted in unity, knowledge, and dignity. February 22, 2026. If this story of triumph, struggle, and genius inspired you, hit the like button, subscribe for more African history documentaries, and share these stories with your friends. Every view helps keep Africa's history alive. Join us in honoring our past, celebrating our heroes, and shaping a future worthy of their legacy.